Hello everybody, but welcome back to another video. So as you read, this is one of the rarest iPhone 4s in the world. So there's only like a few hundred to a few thousands of these out there. But as you can tell, it has this original box. Okay, having an original box isn't rare until you open it up. And if we take a look at the actual phone right here, okay, it comes with its original manual. And you might be like, well, does it come with its original accessories? No, but it comes with its original manual and such right here, but you think, but that's not special either. So if we take this, set this box aside and we start actually booting this phone up, well, assuming that this thing wants to boot, as you can tell, there we go. It's like, okay, that thing runs an older iOS. Okay, that's pretty cool. But a lot of people have iPhones that run older iOS versions. Until you realize how special this older iOS version is. And that's not iOS 4. I'm going to say that right now. It is not iOS 4, but it's still a very special version of iOS 5 or 6. So let's just give this phone a moment to boot. As you can tell right here, so you might notice a few things that are off of this. Number one, that is just my old SIM card, one of my old SIM cards that I put in there. As you can tell, it says no service, and then it gives the exact numbers of range. And then as you can tell right here, it says confidential and proprietary. If found, please contact this number. Okay, so you might be like, hang on, what's going on here? But this is an iPhone 4 running a prototype version of iOS 5, aka an internal build version of iOS 5, and I'll show you the exact version by checking out the first peculiar app, which is settings. So if we go into settings, general, and let me go down to about, as you can tell, this is a prototype version of iOS 5.1.1. Okay, that's pretty cool, but now let's go, if you scroll down, you're going to see some really weird stuff. So you'll see that there are two new sections that you didn't see before, which are carrier settings, which as you can tell right here will just be all the stuff. And it's just got all these generic settings. I have no idea what they do, but then you get internal settings right here, which is far cooler. Because as you can tell, if you scroll down, well, it's supposed to do something. Hang on. Okay, I have to close out settings. This is not going as I planned. But as you can tell, there will be a setting to where you can enable internal UI apps. It might actually be in here. Hang on. Hang on. Yes, I know this is not a very professional video. As you can tell, enable field test is what actually makes this thing go. And yeah, but I think you should go into settings and internal settings, and you'll find the actual peculiar apps that come with this phone. So let's go actually explore them. So the first thing right here is AirPlay Tester, which as you can tell will let you run AirPlay. I'm not going to do that since I don't have a TV nearby. I actually test that. Then the second app is Battlejack, which will not work like a ton of these apps because they rely on Apple's external servers that they have shut down for this internal build of iOS, because obviously they don't want people because Apple might be aware that people might somehow get access to this internal build years later. And then you go to EA Basic, which I have no idea what that does. But FigCam and FigCam AV are pretty cool because they're like camera apps, but they do all sorts of fancy stuff. So, and then FigCam AV is a very similar app that is kind of similar, except it allows for more photo settings rather than both photo and video in the regular FigCam. There's Game Kit Tester, which does work, but I have no idea what this does. There is Geofence, which does not work. HES Test. I have no idea what that does. JCam, which does not work. Link Keys, which does work, but I have no idea what that does. Mazer, which is probably a maze game, that does not work. Mid-Net Setup, that does work. Movie Player Test, that does work. That's basically like a test to play movies and such. Notifications is like a fancy notification center. Then you get Recognizer, which I have no idea what that does. Remote UI test. I don't know what that does exactly. Security tests, which will that load or will it crash? Yeah, it'll crash. SWU tester, that does work. Tanks HD, that does not work. Texterciser is basically like an app where you can test out text. I don't really know what all this stuff does. Texterciser HD, I think, is a bit of a fancier version of this. And then there is Touchfire, which is probably my favorite of all this. This says copyright 2008, as you can tell. I'm just going to mute it because this stuff can be copyrighted. This music may be copyrighted. And as you can tell, there's multiplayer and single player, so I'm going to guess that this was likely used to test out the App Store. As you can tell, this is what it is. I really wish this game actually did come to iOS as a default game because it's Apple's own game and it's really good. And it uses the accelerometer along with the touchscreen. As you can tell, I'm getting defeated pretty well. But yeah, we're not here to play games. We're here to talk about other stuff. So this is TV Out Tester, which does work. I think that's just to test out how the signal goes out. There's Twitter Tester, which does not work. Wi-Fi. I'm just assuming that Twitter Tester was to test out the Twitter integration. Wi-Fi Survey obviously surveys your Wi-Fi, but luckily that doesn't work. Wi-Fi for real. That does not work. Word for Word, which is actually a game. It does. I actually never tested this. It's like Words for Friends, with friends, except okay, so that's like Words of Friends, and obviously Nike Plus iPod is an app that we all know. So thank you all for watching this video, and next week I'll And if this video gets 10 likes, I will make a tutorial on how you can install the iOS 5 prototype build onto your iPhone 4. If this video gets 20 likes, I will test out the iOS 7 internal build, which you can do on this iPhone 4. And if this video gets 30 likes, I will do a video about how you can enable internal UI stuff on any jailbroken iOS 7 device. So please comment down below once I've actually reached these numbers of likes, because I'm not going to probably be paying attention to that. And thank you all for watching this video, and as always, peace out.